Experts are actively predicting an impending global famine. 2021 was a terrible year because of the pandemic, which has led to a number of hungry people in the world, growing by 25%. The year 2022 promised to be even worse as a consequence of the war. A triple crisis is therefore expected: food, energy, and finances. So 2023, as a fallout, they say will be the most terrible. Experts write about it, but somehow we don't hear it. It's almost as if we don't care.
What can we do?
Be scared at least? Stock up somehow? Fill the barns with food?
I think that's useless. A famine is not happening for us to fill our storage barns or drawers in the kitchen. But we need to understand how we can realistically ensure abundance in the world.
So all these messages come to us specifically to reach this conclusion.
Of course, how will we handle this? If we are talking about the world, then we need to try to understand the world economy, the state of the world.
I can barely understand what's happening in my home economics, and you expect...
You can't escape this. They're talking about years. Not that you'll be short of some beverages over the next month.
You say to understand the world economy. Who are you calling out to? The big economists or to every person?
To the people.
To regular people?
To regular people, absolutely, definitely. Straight to the people.
So what should I understand when I constantly see the reports of an impending famine?
They are right. The world is in danger of famine, a prolonged period of famine, lingering famine.
Are you confirming the fact that there will be famine?
Yes. The Bible tells us mothers will eat their babies, their children. That's how severe it will be, reducing us to the level of animals. That's it.
When I hear this, what should I do? Why do I need all of this? Why am I told all of this? I'd really like to know.
For you to seriously concern yourself with how to avoid this famine and what's causing it, then you will see that its only cause is our terrible human imbalance and the fact that we are not doing what we should.
What should we do then?
We must reach a mutual understanding amongst each other. We need to establish ties among us that would help us reach balance, but we're not doing it. On the contrary, we're regressing. We want to rock the boat we're all in, so the world is heading naturally toward periods of famine and destruction.
Is it in one's power to hear this and change the trajectory, to suddenly stop it?
They can hear it, but they can't alter it. They can't change it because to hear it and to accept such an eventuality is one thing. Let the atomic bombs and everything else fall from the sky, so what? If we die, it's in an instant.
Just a second. If you say, I can hear it, but I can't stop it, then what's it all for? Why?
To really frighten us, so that we will change ourselves and thereby change the world.
So can we change ourselves? This is my main question.
Of course. That's the only reason for it.
How does this change occur? What's the catalyst? Is it some leader that appears? Is it humanity that starts screaming? What's driving this change?
I believe there should be a leader. It's tough in our world without one. Someone the world would accept as their leader to follow him. One who would talk about unification and how we can overcome this period of famine. Naturally, this only works if people listen to him. The hunger will likely force them to.
Really? You still believe the famine will happen?
Undoubtedly.
And force them to listen? I don't want to conclude on this. Let's leave it on an optimistic note.
It will pass.
Will it pass?
It will.
That is, famine will pass through humanity and come to an end? And what will it lead humanity to?
To the fact that after this induced hunger, people will be different. They will have a different attitude to life, to its values. They will understand that the most important thing is to survive and what to survive for.
I have one last question for you. There was so much famine in history. Even in the Torah, it's written, hunger forced us to descend into Egypt. And there was famine. Later, there were many famines, forced famines, wars, and so on and on and on. It has led humanity to nothing. Humanity hasn't learned anything. Why do you think that now we will come to some understanding, realization, something will change? Tell me, please, what kind of times are we living in?
The period of preparation for the recognition of evil.
That's just where we are now?
Yes. We are preparing to attain evil.
Couldn't we do this before?
No. Even now, we are not there yet, but we are gradually approaching it. It takes enormous suffering to sense evil, to define it, to attain it, and draw conclusions from it.
I see. And you feel this is the time?
Not yet, but it's getting closer.
So what conclusions do you draw about us being at such a crossroads? We weren't in the past, but now you tell us we are here. What are the signs?
Well, after all, we are speaking the right way. We no longer hide behind all sorts of slogans. We no longer believe in abstract values. We've already shrugged it off. We're only interested in one thing. Is there a meaning to life or not? If not, let's assume there is not, then how to live this life on the animal level the right way.
Do you feel we have come to this today?
We have, yes.